Good evening, and welcome to the final spring edition of Good Taste Gwinnett, powered by Jackson EMC. I'm Anthony Rodriguez, co-founder and producing artistic director of the Aurora Theater in Lawrenceville, and I'm excited to partner with the Gwinnett Daily Post and Publix to present you with even more delicious recipes and cooking demonstrations from many of the great restaurants and food establishments in and around Gwinnett County. Thank you for joining us for this spring's virtual event. It's been fun to meet the owners and chefs of some of the best dining establishments right in our own backyard and to cook along with their chefs. Before we start tonight, I was asked to remind you to mark your calendars because this year's live event will be back in full swing. So save the date for Thursday, October 14th, 2021 at 6 p.m. at Infinite Energy Forum for the live Good Taste Gwinnett event, including the popular tasting from some of your favorite dining establishments in Gwinnett County. Watch for updates on goodtastegwinnett.com. As you watch tonight, know that you may also view this event in its entirety or watch parts of particular interest to you starting tomorrow on GwinnettDailyPost.com and for the next several months on GoodTasteGwinnett.com. You can also watch the previous week's episode and even those from last fall in case you want to brush up on some of the great ideas shared with you. We'll be giving away prizes during our presentation tonight, so watch for your name to be mentioned or posted on the Facebook chat. If you win, you'll be notified via email after tonight's event. Before we start cooking, I want to once again introduce our partner that is making all this possible, April Sorrow, Vice President of Communications at Jackson EMC.
Thank you, Anthony. I'm April Sorrow with Jackson EMC, and I'm thrilled to join you in your homes tonight as you are going to hear from some of Gwinnett County's greatest chefs. So tonight, we are gonna have one lucky winner of this great KitchenAid mixer, which was donated by Jackson EMC. Many of you who are watching this evening have already registered for this prize, but if you haven't, make sure you go out to goodtastegwinnett.com and register so you can be considered in that prize package as well. All right, now Anthony, back to you, and I'm excited to see what you're gonna cook with the chefs tonight.
Thank you, April, and thanks again to Jackson EMC for powering tonight's culinary event. I want to take a minute to also thank Publix for being the official grocer and Belk Mall of Georgia, the official retailer for Good Taste Gwinnett. And we don't want to forget our friends at Love & Florist who provided these incredible floral displays for our set today. Thank you so much, Love & Florist. I also want to thank our supporting sponsors, including Fernbank Museum of Natural History, the City of Lawrenceville, Margaritaville at Lanier Islands, Chick-fil-A Backstage Tours, WGTA Me TV, and of course, the Aurora Theater. For those of you that have purchased the fabulous VIP tickets that are available, thanks to our VIP sponsors, including Fernbank Museum of Natural History, Chick-fil-A Backstage Tours, the Aurora Theater, the Gwinnett Stripers, The Dig, Accent Creative Group, Margaritaville at Lanier Islands, Infinite Energy Center, as well as Publix Aprons Cooking School and Jackson EMC. I'm on stage at the Aurora Theater in downtown Lawrenceville tonight, where it's my pleasure to accompany you this evening as we visit Rico's World Kitchen, along with Brunch Apothecary. We're going to visit Publix Aprons Cooking School, Eddie's Barbecue, McRae's Tavern, and Local Republic. Before we begin, please watch these brief messages from our sponsors.
All the products you love in as little as 2 hours. Publix delivered, powered by Instacart.
The way I got started into building, I was always intrigued by it when I was young. Started basically as soon as I could pick up a tool. I would definitely recommend the Right Choice program from Jackson EMC to any builder. It definitely just sets you a step above from other products. One thing I love about the Jackson EMC program is that they do help you all the way through the process. You're gaining a lot more energy efficiency. I believe in the Jackson EMC Right Choice program so much that I built it for my own family.
Right Choice Homes, brought to you only by Jackson EMC.
Friends, welcome back to another episode of Good Taste Gwinnett, powered by Jackson EMC and sponsored by our friends at Publix. I'm Anthony Rodriguez, co-founder and producing artistic director of the Aurora Theater. I'm your host, and today I am here at Rico's World Kitchen with Rico, and he's going to put something incredible together for us. Now we have a special guest here. Would you like to introduce her?
This is my mom, Nett Cunnington. Everybody calls her Nett because in the Philippines, or here in Georgia rather, no one can pronounce her real name, which is Prosafina. So everyone called her Nett. So growing up, everyone knows Nett. Now they know her as Ma. So.
All right, Ma. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Now this dish that you're about to make, inspired by your Filipino heritage and your mother, right?
Yes.
And that's part of what goes into Rico's World Kitchen. So tell us a little bit about like your ideology here about cooking and bringing everything together.
We like traditional flavors, comfort food, but we like to put a little international twist on it, so it's not just Filipino food. We like to always joke and say everything from Asian to Cajun.
Okay.
You know, so we do have inspired dishes from all over. In fact, when we did our brunch video, we did a shrimp and grits. So we thought it would be kind of fun to do a Bananas Foster version, but put our little twist on it. And so we're going to do a little fried Bananas Foster with a Filipino twist on it.
Fried Bananas Foster with a Filipino twist. I can't wait. So tell us what we've got here.
Okay, that's real simple. Fresh bananas. We do have some preserved jackfruit. This is palm sugar. We're going to substitute that out instead of, I thought we'd be a little more traditional. Instead of using the brown sugar, we'd use a little palm sugar. This is coconut milk, a little butter maybe to finish, and this is freshly grated white coconut.
All right, well, let's
Okay.
get started. What are we going to do?
All right, so to start, actually, we loosened these Filipino lumpia wrappers, the same thing that we make lumpia out of here here at World Kitchen. We're going to fry the banana in it. So we're just going to take banana.
And so it looks like a crepe.
Right.
What's it made of?
It's flour and water, but it's made really, really thin. So the more Asian style, like egg roll wrappers are a little thicker. These are really, really thin. As you can see, they're kind of paper
Yeah.
thin.
No, I mean you can see right through it.
A little more of a trick to work with, but definitely worth it because you get a lighter product, and that's why lumpia are so nice. So we're just going to take this banana and just stack it up there.
Basically a half a banana split in half.
This is just water and flour, and it just makes a little paste that we're going to laminate all this stuff together. So we're going to just roll it to the outside of this wrapper here. And I don't know how many lumpia or things I have rolled up in these wrappers, but they've been many as well. Instead of mowing
Barely you know how to roll a lumpia. How's he doing on the lumpia rolling?
Doing it, that's the way it is.
Okay, so instead of mowing the grass, you know, as far as a chore before I could get out and do anything, I had to roll lumpia and grate coconut. So this is how this works. So we have some oil getting hot over here. So we are going to start the pan. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to make the sauce out of jackfruit rather than the banana. We're going to hit it with this palm sugar. So first we're going to start with just a tad bit of butter.
Now, how would you describe jackfruit? I've never really had a lot of jackfruit, so how would you describe the flavor?
It's very sweet, and a lot of times people have used it actually to substitute out for meat.
Oh, wow, that is golden.
See, it's already golden brown.
Amazing.
We can go ahead and take that off. And basically what we want to make sure is just that it just gets golden brown, and the banana is just slightly cooked in there.
Okay.
And we don't want it too mushy. You could, if we wanted to leave it in just slightly longer, if you wanted more of a softer banana. But
You want me to go ahead and make the other one?
Oh yeah, we'll have to make some. We'll make some for everybody once we'll start with this one first. So just like a traditional Bananas Foster, we're going to start with the sugar and butter. I mean, it's just going to start. We'll start making this caramel, right? Mm-hmm. And just kind of keep it moving, not get it too hot to start. Just as we're just.
Right,
we're
because you
just
don't want to
trying
you don't want to
Right.
blacken that. I mean,
No, we
there's,
don't-
There's a fine line between caramelized and
Right.
done,
and what?
not usable.
So now we'll put this jackfruit in there because everything's
wow.
already.
The smell in here is amazing.
So
Be careful as that water and the jackfruit starts to pop in
And-
that pan.
because this is already kind of cooked, we're not really trying to get that too hot. Here we have a little cachaça, Brazilian style sugarcane liqueur to start the day off.
That's right. Yeah, no, it's a perfect way to start your day.
We're going to get that just a little bit brown. So Brown sugar already has that little darkness to it. As you see, the palm sugar is a little bit whiter. So we're going to get that just a little bit brown before we hit it with the cachaça and flambe. So we're going to hit it with this.
I'm going to back up.
You always want to pull this away from, you always want to pull that away and never pour straight in there. Just out.
Now it's a party,
Now
Rico.
it's a party.
Now
Exactly.
it's a party.
Oh, we're leaving. Let's go. So now, so we just keep that moving until it basically just cooks the alcohol out and just leaves that nice little remnants of the flavor. And we're just going to hit that with a little coconut milk. See how that turns
That's going to really
right,
give it some thickness and body. It's going to, it just looks delicious.
So we're going to just cook that until we kind of get it thick and we're going to reduce. So we're almost there now. Sometimes this gets done at the table-sided places and they'll throw a little bit of cinnamon. We don't use a lot of cinnamon.
Pop, give it a little sparks.
I did not put the cinnamon in because we don't really use a lot of cinnamon in the Philippines like that. So this is just going to kind of keep a nice, see how that just turned into a glaze. Isn't that beautiful? That's nice, right?
That's beautiful.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to plate this out real simple. What I'd like to do is just take this here and we're going to just kind of slice that open there so you can kind of see into that nice, perfectly cooked banana.
Beautiful.
And then we're going to just take this jackfruit and this sauce, right, and just kind of ladle it over the top right here. Nothing too much that you can't do at the house. Just just over the top. You want to kind of let it have enough to where each bite is going to have a little of that sauce that we made right out of the pan. And this is why I say you can't really replace this. This is actually the finishing touch that's really nice. Just some of the fresh coconut over the top. You won't miss the ice cream because of that.
No, this is beautiful.
So that's really it. Just a really quick take on Bananas Foster, something a little bit different. Hope you like it.
Rico, Net, thank you so much for inviting me into your kitchen and helping me learn how to make this incredible banana lumpia dessert. It's absolutely spectacular with jackfruit and coconut on it. I can't wait to taste this, which is the next thing I'm going to do. Friends, welcome back to Rico's World Kitchen. I'm here with Chef Rico and his mother Net, and they have made this incredible banana Foster lumpia with a jackfruit glaze and fresh grated coconut on top. This looks absolutely spectacular and I can't wait to taste it. So I'm gonna dig in and I wish you could be here to join me. All right, let me get a piece of everything here. Wow, that is great. It's sweet, it's luscious. The glaze is amazing. The jackfruit, also really delicious. And I've never had jackfruit. I mean, I've seen it, but I think I kept thinking I was going to be eating durian or something like that.
Right, exactly.
And I was like not looking forward to that moment. So this is incredible. And lumpia is still crunchy.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Simple. We wanted things that are simple, have a textural element to it, the crunchiness, plus the sweet, obviously dessert. And if you made it table side, it has the show.
Right, it's got that flair,
right,
that show-stopping flair.
Ultimately, it just has to be good.
Everyone orders one right after the first person orders the one that gets flambéed. The beauty of it is truly not just the intense flavors of it, but the incredible differences of the textures that's in it. You've got the crunchy outside of that lumpia, then you've got the banana inside that's just a little bit soft from having been heated up in the oil. You've got the caramelized jackfruit, and then the killer on top is that grated coconut, and it absolutely sings when it comes back together. It is so incredible. Chef Rico, thank you so much for having me in your kitchen. I'm always just overjoyed when they tell me I get to come and visit with you. Friends, I'm Anthony Rodriguez, co-founder and producing artistic director of the Aurora Theater, and your host here at Good Taste Gwinnett, powered by Jackson EMC and sponsored by Publix. We've been here at Rico's World Kitchen enjoying this incredible Bananas Foster lumpia inspired by his Filipino heritage. Come down to Rico's and get a taste of the world, my friends. We're gonna see you again on Good Taste Gwinnett, and when we do, we'll be cooking. Thanks so much, Chef Rico. It's always a treat when we visit your restaurants. As we slowly come out of this pandemic, Aurora Theater is healing up this summer with in-person events happening almost every weekend. May starts with Aurora Theater welcoming the Magic Eastern Ensemble as they present We Are the Young, a concert celebrating innovation. The show features new Chinese folk music along with J-pop and English pop music performed by a group of talented young musicians influenced by both their heritage and environment. It will be a one-of-a-kind experience. Then get ready to laugh your way into summer with two hilarious comedy events. Brouhaha in the Beer Garden continues under the stars at the Beer Garden at Iron Shield Brewing. This partnership began last fall when Aurora was looking for ways to bring entertainment safely to audiences and provide some comic relief to the stress of living in 2020. Once a month on Tuesday night, you'll find some of Atlanta's best comics bringing the laughs while you enjoy craft brews. You can also gift some comic relief to Mom with Aurora's Mother Day Comedy Spectacular on the Friday and Saturday before Mother's Day. While the lineup is yet to be announced, it's sure to feature the creme de la creme of comics cheering for mothers everywhere. And finally, May brings us closer to the opening of the Courtyard at the Lawrenceville Performing Arts Center. Slated to open in July, the Courtyard is an outdoor public space where Aurora Theater will host shows and music, beginning with the Aurora Academy Summer Musical Camp performance of Disney's Moana Jr. It's not too late to be part of the story and fantastic future of Aurora Theater in Lawrenceville. You can buy a brick engraved with your family's name, a lasting message, or a company logo. Engraved bricks will be installed in the sidewalk areas leading to the main entry and in the courtyard. But hurry, the deadline for ordering is April 30th. Visit auroratheater.com for information on events, Lawrenceville Performing Arts Center, and more of the good things happening this year at Aurora Theater. Next, we will be hearing from Publix, our official grocery sponsor, and Chef LB from Publix Aprons Cooking School. Before we head over to their kitchen, please watch these brief messages from our sponsors.
Unlock ancient mysteries and buried secrets in Maya. Hidden worlds revealed only at Fernbank Museum in Atlanta. Explore a world of artifacts, tombs, sacrifice, architecture, and art in this interactive and experiential exhibition. And don't miss the new outdoor exhibit, Microsculpture, the insect portraits of Levon Bess. Get tickets at fernbankmuseum.org.
Aurora Theater. Finally welcoming back audiences, thinking about the safety and well-being of everyone both on stage and off. Join us for some great live entertainment with reduced capacity. Indoors and outdoors. Music, comedy, and more.
Your commitment to this organization, to your Aurora Theater, your support has given us hope as we look forward to the opening of the Lawrenceville Performing Arts Center when we're finally going to be able to gather and celebrate. We can't wait to have you all back in this theater. Friends, welcome back to another episode of Good Taste Gwinnett, powered by Jackson EMC, sponsored by Publix. We are here today at the Publix Aprons Cooking School in Alpharetta, Georgia, with my good friend Chef LB. Tell us a little bit about what we're going to make.
So the first one is kind of like a pie without the pie shell, the pan. So it's a little rustic raspberry and peach galette with some almonds and a lot of sugar.
Okay, and
Yeah.
I mean, I hate making dough. I'm not a baker, right?
Mm-hmm.
It involves way more science than I want to experience. So, talk to me about this dough. Is it a difficult dough? Is it hard to make? Is it
This is
super
actually,
easy?
Yeah, this is one of the easiest doughs to make. You basically just throw butter, shortening, and water with some flour, and you just pinch it in, and then you chill it. So if you don't want to do this, you can just go buy the Publix bakery or the Publix pie dough already in the refrigeration section, and then tell people you made it.
Okay, well, great.
Yeah.
I love that. All right, so go to the refrigerator section, get a pie dough, and you're set.
Exactly. No,
All
this
right.
is that's the easiest part.
So what are you gonna do here? You're
So
gonna roll it out? You're gonna-
yeah, so we have the dough already made. It needs to chill for a little while. That's actually the longest part of making this recipe is watching it in the fridge. That's why I got here so early. That's why bakers have early hours.
And is that so
they-
the butter is congealed in there, solid in there?
So with things like this and a biscuit or something like that, you want the butter to be ice cold. Otherwise, it just starts melting immediately in the oven. So we wanted everything to just be freezing cold before actually cooking.
Okay, so you don't put the dough in the freezer, you put it in the fridge, right?
Oh, it depends on how quickly you need it to get cold.
Okay, got it. Got it.
So I like to put some flour on the rolling pin, and then I'm going to roll it out. I start with the middle, and then push out, and then I'll kind of turn as I go. So you can see that it's breaking. It is a cold dough, so that's fine.
So
Plus,
it's going to break.
It's going to break, and it's also rustic, so it's not supposed to look perfect.
That sounds like the exact recipe I should use for anything.
So at this point, I actually kind of turn it over, and then I will start to roll it again.
Apparently for years I've been making rustic pizza.
Yes, that's the perfect.
It doesn't look perfect.
No, that's my favorite way to make food is rustic, because then you can do like weird cuts and you don't have to worry about making everything look exactly right.
How thin do you need to get this?
I do this to about half an inch to a quarter of an inch thick.
Okay.
So right about here is where I'd be happy with my dough. Even though it looks kind of like a starfish or a snowflake, it's not supposed to be perfect. After you get your dough rolled out, you can kind of work pretty quickly once you have everything set up. So I have almond flour, I have my peaches already sliced, raspberries, I have some more sugar, and my almonds, egg wash, and some castor sugar. A little bit of almond flour at the bottom of this galette.
Because you don't want the juices from the fruit to essentially make your dough super soggy.
Exactly, you don't want
You
everything
still want the bottom to have a nice crust.
I want the bottom to caramelize.
Got it.
Basically. Now I can start adding ingredients. So right now peaches are in season. Raspberries are doing pretty well right now. When it comes fall time, go for the apples. I know we have tons of apples up here in Georgia. But yeah, throughout the year, just change up what you want to go inside. So
you're making me
do
hungry.
Some raspberries right in the middle. You can make it look pretty if you'd like.
Or you can make it look rustic.
Or you can make it look rustic. So you can put all the peaches in the middle and then kind of like squeeze them towards the top. And then
and that looks like a lot of fruit, but it's going to cook down.
It cooks down. It's like when you make an apple pie, you want that thing to be like this high and it ends up being right here.
Got it.
So fold everything kind of in towards itself.
So you're not trying to seal it completely.
Not
you want to leave
really.
the top open.
You want that top to open. That's where the steam comes out. And that's why I say it's just like a pie without a pie tin. There's no bottom, but I'm gonna put it onto something. But after I do that, I'm gonna put it onto a sheet pan. You notice I'm using a bench scraper for like everything. That's perfect for this because just pick it up, put it on there. I like making little ones because then it's like you can cut it into 3 pieces, 4 pieces, 2 pieces. It's the perfect snack, breakfast, something you can take with you. And then, just before it goes in the oven, I am going to brush it with an egg wash so that it looks pretty when it comes out.
Which is just a beaten egg, right?
It's just beaten egg. Sometimes if it's like if I'm making pies, like a very southern pie, I will like to throw a little bit of buttermilk in mine. I don't know why, but someone showed me to do it that way, so that is...
And that's the way you do it.
That's just why I do it that way. And then the turbinado sugar. So you can use turbinado sugar, Florida cane sugar, castor sugar, whichever one suits your fancy. And then in your recipe, it does say to add the almonds at this point. At that temperature, you're gonna burn your almonds after that amount of time, so I just decided to use them at the end.
Okay.
So, I did the almonds towards the end. So this one's gonna go into an oven.
And now it'll be through the magic of the Public Aprons Cooking School. We have the finished peach and raspberry galette with almonds. This looks absolutely delicious. LB, thank you so much. It seems like a simple dish. I'm willing to try it. And friends, if I'm willing to try a baking dish, you should be willing to try it. Friends, we're here at Public Aprons Cooking School with my friend Chef LB, who has taught us to make this incredible rustic peach and raspberry galette with almonds. It looks absolutely spectacular, and I can't wait to dig into it. Anything you want to tell me about it before I dig in? It's got this amazing sugar crust on it.
So it's definitely sugary now. I know we talked about the dough, it wasn't. So I'd use it to kind of just dip into like yogurt, ice cream, whatever you'd want, depending on if it's breakfast or dessert or however you'd eat
Or
it.
just plain, which
Or
is
just
how
plain,
I'm gonna
yeah.
have it, because essentially, right, just a hand pie of sorts.
It is a perfect driving snack.
Oh my God. That is amazing, friends. That was absolutely spectacular, Chef LB. It's not overly sweet, but it's sweet. It's the way I like a pie, right?
Awesome.
It's not like decadently sugary, but it's got those almonds that bring forth a lot of flavor, and the peaches and the raspberries go so well together. And the bottom, perfectly caramelized like you wanted it.
Perfect.
And that's because you put that layer of almond flour at the base when we put the fruit on it. And
Yes.
that made all the difference because it soaks up the juices as the dish cooks. Friends, thank you so much for joining us here on Good Taste Gwinnett, powered by Jackson EMC and sponsored by Publix. We've been here at Publix Aprons Cooking School with my friend Chef LB. I'm Anthony Rodriguez, co-founder and producing artistic director of the Aurora Theater, and your host. And we will see you back for another episode of Good Taste Gwinnett, where we'll be cooking. Thanks again, Chef LB, for the great recipe and for letting me cook along with you. I want to remind everyone that you can find many of these great cooking utensils, cooking devices, and serving dishes right up the street at our friends at Belk Mall of Georgia. And remember that Mother's Day is just around the corner. Visit Shelly at the Clinique counter and she can help pick out just the perfect gift for Mom. Before we head back to Eddie's for some amazing Southern barbecue, let's watch a brief message from our sponsors. Friends, welcome to another episode of Good Taste Gwinnett, powered by Jackson EMC and sponsored by our friends at Publix. I'm your host, Anthony Rodriguez, co-founder and producing artistic director of the Aurora Theater in historic downtown Lawrenceville. And today, I am in Decula at Eddie's place with Eddie himself and his family here in the kitchen. It's going to be a great episode filled with barbecue. I can't wait to get started. Eddie, tell us a little bit about what you're going to do today.
Well, today, Anthony, we're gonna go ahead and make some spare ribs for everybody today. And we got some delicious cuts of meat right here. They are here. We're gonna prep these bad boys up, get them seasoned up, get them on the smoker.
So what does it take to prep us some ribs, right? It's got that skin on the backside and things like that people aren't really familiar with. What's the best way to get that off?
So definitely, you know what you're talking about. So you wanna get that membrane off, you just give it a slight cut. You peel it on back, get off that bone, and you want to make sure you take that shank and the top side of the rib off, which is the tips. You want to get that all trimmed up and everything before you get it seasoned.
But
and
you
on the
don't
smoker.
waste anything, because I saw on the menu that there are rib tips as
Yeah,
well.
can't waste anything.
Woo!
Got
I
to make
love
sure
it.
we use it.
I love it. So are you using spare ribs today, baby backs, St. Louis? What are we?
Definitely going with the classic spare ribs. We cut them kind of St. Louis style. So when we trim them up and everything, we get that nice square cut to it. So there you are right there. Trim them up, take that back side off that you were speaking about, get that tip off and that shank, and it's ready to go.
Well, let's get started seasoning these, because I will take 2 racks to go.
All right, we definitely have them for you.
All right.
So with some seasoning, It's our family secret recipe, so I can't tell you all the details, but you got some pepper in there, you got a little seasoned salt, and other things I got to keep quiet.
All right, so there's a mix of things in there, and friends, look, if you've got some favorite spices, figure it out, mix it up, experiment, and put it on the meat, and then figure out how you like your barbecue. So let's get started.
All right, it's definitely simple as get a nice coat on there.
And you want to be generous with
Oh,
this,
definitely,
right?
definitely.
You don't want to be shy about
Definitely.
seasoning these ribs.
Oh yeah, the flavor. If it's love in the kitchen, it's love in the food.
There you go. Now I see you served in the Marines, right?
Definitely, 5.5 years in the United States Marine Corps.
So I mean, we gotta Semper Fi these
right.
ribs right
Semper
here,
Fi,
right?
Semper Fi. Get that
And so
seasoning
what got
nice
you
on
started
there.
in the restaurant business, Eddie?
I came full circle. My family always been cooking and everything like that, and then I got a little experience with a culinary school. And when I got done with that, veered off into sales, but then it brought me on back because the family was ready to do something, so we brought it all together.
Well, and you were telling me before, y'all started as a food truck or just a side of the road kind of thing?
Definitely,
right?
definitely. We actually started from, I call it the mud up. We just grabbed the smoker and a tent, started out there. Me, my cousin, my sister hopped out on the side of the road. People started lining up. So next thing you know, we grabbed a food truck. People started calling us. Then we got to what you see today, Eddie's Place and Eddie's Shack.
And you still have the food truck, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So you got a food truck, you got Eddie's Place, and you got Eddie's Shack.
Definitely. I got to keep everything moving.
That is fantastic.
So once you get these things seasoned up nicely, you want to give it a quick pat in. Get that seasoning all up in there.
That's right, you gotta love
Oh,
them.
you got to love it in there. Couple spots we missed there.
Yeah, don't miss those spots.
Oh yeah, can't, all the nooks and crannies. There you go. Get that thing in there. Let's grab the other one out here. Got the same process. Get that seasoning right on there.
And in just a few short hours, while I sit in this kitchen and eat those wings over there, we'll have ribs.
Definitely, definitely.
And now, this is a family affair, right? A lot of people are involved in this.
A lot of people, a lot of people. Take a village to raise a restaurant and a child,
That's
you know?
right.
So definitely. So who all is involved is myself, my mom, my sister, my brother, my cousins, and more nephews, nieces, and everything like that. And we getting the grandkids ready to come and help out
So
too.
anybody that comes in Eddie's is going to instantly feel at home, right?
Definitely.
You're going to make them feel like family.
Treat you like family. So we'll be out to meet you at your table, speak to you and everything like that. So you'll see me around. You'll definitely see the family around. So
Well, good.
Definitely.
And you can't miss Eddie. I mean, he's got these arms. Even if he wasn't wearing his Marine chef coat, he got these arms of death. Huge.
Oh yeah, because Mama don't tolerate no disrespect in the kitchen. All right, we got both of those there seasoned up.
All right, now we're going to take those out to the smokehouse?
Oh, definitely. And out in the smokehouse, you'll see what we call Big Darlene.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Big
I can't
Darlene.
wait to meet Big Darlene.
She don't play around. All right, well, we want to get Big Darlene up to about 350, 375. We like to go a little bit of high heat. Then we slow it down a little bit.
Now, how do you control something as big as Big Darlene?
Hey, you got to be in this business for some years, I can tell you that. So
yeah.
you got to know your wood pieces, how they cut and everything like that, because definitely it's not no temperature gauge or anything like that on there.
And you
so-
have to have a serious relationship with the smoker itself, because there's probably hotter places and colder places,
Definitely.
and there's just a balance in there that only somebody that's been around it a long time really knows.
Right, and that's why all of them get a name, because we got a relationship with them. We know which ones cook hot, we know which ones cook at a great temperature, so we go from there. All right, we want to go bone side up. There we are there.
You can hear it sizzling on that
yeah.
rack.
There we
Wow.
are there. Make sure they're not overlapping.
And the smells back here, friends, absolutely incredible.
Definitely.
All right. So from the smokehouse, we've got these amazing racks of ribs.
Yep.
And they look like they are ready to fall off that bone.
Oh
right?
yeah, like pull that bone right on out, baby. Got that bone right on out of there.
That
Like I
is
say.
amazing.
But you still want a little tug to it. You don't want to overcook it or anything like that. So it got the right color and everything. Let's chop into these things here.
Now, how big is a serving? Generally?
We sell it by the rack or a half rack.
Okay.
So when you come in, you can order a full rack plate or a half rack plate. Or if you just want to do meats, you get a half rack or a full rack.
Or for me, a 2-rack plate.
There you go. We always make it work.
Right. You'll
there-
sell it.
So there you go. You
And
see,
so
it
what
got
are you
that-
looking for? You're looking for that ring?
That ring right there on the outside should be darker than the inside. You got that nice pink smoke color there and everything. You want that tenderness, not the.
You've got that bark on the outside.
There you go. Yes, sir. There's that bark you're speaking about. So that's where all that flavor's at. So there you go.
And they look juicy, fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
So, and meaty. And
You got the tenderness.
You know, I don't like it when I go to a barbecue joint. They give you these little tiny ribs. There's like a little bit of meat hanging on that bone. That's not good.
We got to feed you here.
Well, these look absolutely incredible.
They are.
Friends, I wish you all could be here with us in the kitchen at Eddie's Place. These ribs look absolutely fantastic, and I can't wait to get a chance to taste them. We've been here at Eddie's Place in Decula. They also have Eddie's Shack and a food truck, so you can find Eddie's anywhere you want. And if you want barbecue, you don't have to make it at home. Trust me, from the smokehouse to your house, come over to Eddie's Place and you are going to get fed very well. I'll see you in a little bit. I'm going to taste these with my friend Eddie here and see what all this amazing barbecue is all about. Friends, welcome back to Good Taste Gwinnett, powered by Jackson EMC and sponsored by our friends at Publix. I'm Anthony Rodriguez, co-founder and producing artistic director of the Aurora Theater. And today I'm at Eddie's Place in Decula with Eddie, and we're about to taste these amazing ribs that he put together for us. And friends, I'm so sorry you can't be here because these ribs look absolutely incredible. Tell us a little bit about this dining room and the atmosphere behind it, why you created it like this.
Because it's all about family. So this dining room is actually my mom's kitchen. So welcome in my mom's kitchen, and we treat you just like family when you come over. So anytime you come over, you'll see me, my family walking around. We'll definitely love to meet you guys as you come in, but it's designed after my mom's kitchen. Come on and hang out with us. We have comedy, we have live entertainment, blues, jazz, soft rock, country. We also do karaoke nights, so please follow us and see what we got going on.
These are melt in your mouth perfect, my friends. And the spicy barbecue sauce on there, oh, I absolutely love it. Spectacular. So he's got this, their special wing sauce. So I'm gonna try that here on the barbecue. He said it's gonna go well, so I'm gonna try a little bit of that. It looks almost like a glaze.
Oh yeah, it got a little nice sweetness to it and a heat at the end.
Wow. Wow.
That meat falls right off the bone
Wow,
there.
yeah, you can see the meat fell right off that bone. Absolutely incredible. Eddie, thank you so much for having us here in your home, in your kitchen, in your dining room. This has been an incredible experience. The ribs are out of this world, and what a pleasure to meet you and your family and the work that you are doing here in this community. Absolutely spectacular. Thank you, my friends.
Thank you, guys.
It has been a pleasure to be here at Eddie's Place in Decula. They also have Eddie's Shack and Eddie's Food Truck. When you need barbecue, like I said, from the smokehouse to your house, you can't go wrong at Eddie's Place. Thanks again for joining us for Good Taste Gwinnett, powered by Jackson EMC and sponsored by our friends Publix. I'm Anthony Rodriguez, your host, and when I see you again, well, I'm gonna eat, and then we'll be cooking. Thanks, Eddie. Man, those were so delicious, and if you love desserts, you have to try their fabulous banana pudding. I love banana pudding. Head to Decula and check them out. Welcome back to the final edition of Good Taste Gwinnett, powered by Jackson EMC. I want to once again thank Publix, the official grocer, and Belk Mall of Georgia, the official retailer of Good Taste Gwinnett. And I want to thank you for joining us over the past 2 weeks as we present the second virtual event in our series of culinary creativity. The Gwinnett Daily Post wanted me to let you know that everyone is welcome to attend their Generations Expo live event presented by Northeast Georgia Health System on Saturday, May 15th at Gwinnett County Fairgrounds from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. This is a live event that is free to the public. They'll be having a food drive, so bring your canned food items for the chance to win great door prizes, plus the first 200 will receive a specialty goodie bag. For more information and to register, go to generationsexpo.com. Now, before we head back to McCrae's Tavern, let's watch a brief message from our sponsor.
All the products you love in as little as 2 hours. Publix delivered, powered by Instacart.
Friends, welcome to another episode of Good Taste Gwinnett, powered by Jackson EMC and sponsored by Publix. Today, we are on the Lawrenceville Square at McCrae's Tavern, one of my favorite places to go. I'm Anthony Rodriguez, co-founder and producing artistic director of the Aurora Theater, also here on the square. And I'm in the kitchen with my friend, Chef Elijah, who's going to cook up some food for us today. Chef, what are we going to make today?
We're going to make a 12-ounce bone-in pork chop. It's going to be served under a garlic and mashed potatoes.
Okay, so we're making pork chop and mashed potatoes. What is generally a very basic dish, I guess you might call it, is going to be elevated. So tell us about the process. Do you marinate the pork chop in something?
Yes, we actually marinated the pork chop in a little bit, like 1 cup of oil, a little bit of paprika, some crushed garlic, and some, that was it, salt and pepper.
Okay, and you marinate that for about how long?
2 hours.
At least 2 hours. Could go a little longer if you're busy in the kitchen doing other things.
Yeah,
right?
It's not going to hurt it.
And are you doing it like, is it a garlic mashed potato, or are you adding anything into it?
It's just the standard regular garlic mashed potatoes.
Okay, but there is some garlic.
There is
so
some
we're
garlic in
highlighting
there.
that. We're going to elevate that a little bit. So let's get cooking. Let's see what you got for
Okay.
us here.
Here's our bone-in pork chop that was marinated for at
Look
least
at that.
2 hours.
That's
So
about what, 1.5 inches thick or so?
1.5 inches thick, yes,
Man.
sir. So I got it ready to go on the grill.
About how long is that going to take on each side?
I'd say each side, 2 minutes on each side.
And you don't want to move it, right?
You don't want to
People
move
tend
it.
to get really freaked out when things start to pop and there's
Yeah.
fire and things
Yeah.
are happening.
You just want to get those nice grill marks on
You
there.
just want to go ahead and let that sear for 2 minutes on
2
one
minutes.
side and then turn it over on the
Yes,
other.
sir.
All right, and that'll give you what, about a medium rare?
I'm going for medium right now, so
Okay,
it's going to
medium.
take close to like 15 minutes tops.
All right.
Yep.
Might take a little longer on a home kitchen
Yeah,
than a
it will
commercial
be.
kitchen.
Yeah,
but-
pretty much. Yeah.
but still.
So all we want to do is just sear the pork, get a nice sear on there. You got your pan on medium heat. You want to get that scorching hot before you add your pork chop, and you throw it in the oven at 325 for 15 minutes.
So 2 minutes on each side, then into a hot pan,
Yep,
and then into the oven to finish for about how long?
15 minutes.
And how hot's the oven?
I got it right now at 350. I'm sorry.
350?
Yeah.
Great.
Cool.
Okay. So easy peasy. And the
Easy
mashed
peasy.
potatoes are already boiling away.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So you just turn that so you can get some nice hash marks
Yep.
on the grill marks on there. That'll look really great for presentation.
Yep. All right, so I got my nice grill marks on there.
All right, right into the pan.
Right in the pan.
And about how long? About a minute?
A minute on each side.
Okay.
Tops.
So not super long.
Not super
We
long
just want
at
to
all.
sear it, crust it, caramelize it a little
Yep.
bit more.
Yep.
So now we flipped it over. We're on the other side. We're about to put it into the oven.
About to go
And
right
then
in.
I guess while it goes in the oven, we're going to work on the mashed potatoes.
Yes, we are.
Fantastic.
All right.
Looks delicious.
Going
I'm
right
going to
into
back
the
up
oven.
here so you can get to the oven.
Now we're gonna work on the mashed potatoes.
All right.
Potatoes are just about done. So we're gonna strain the potatoes, get all that water out of it. Cup of butter.
So the butter goes right in.
Butter goes right in. Got some
And you
fresh
strained those
parsley.
potatoes very, very
really well. You have to strain them
So
really
you don't
well.
want any other liquid in it yet, because you're going to add in, you've got the butter in there, which will melt up nicely.
Got fresh parsley in there.
Fresh parsley,
Got to get a little bit of onion powder, teaspoon of onion powder,
teaspoon of onion powder.
teaspoon of garlic powder.
Great.
I'm gonna mash my potatoes up real good.
And you're just using a whisk. to
Just
mash
using a
those
whisk.
up. They're super soft. They're ready to go. They're
Yes,
hot.
sir.
And it's important to put that butter in when it's hot, because
Yeah.
otherwise it's not going to melt. It's not going to bring those mashed potatoes together. And then I assume we're going to add some heavy cream into
Yes,
this
sir.
as well. That's really going to give it some
it that
depth
nice-
and some body to it. A little bit because it is rich and decadent. You're not skimping.
No,
You're not skimping on that.
Not skipping on the heavy cream. Give it some
right.
nice creamy texture.
There's all
Salt and
sorts
pepper.
of things.
And that's it. That's it with the
Mashed potatoes
are done.
dish that keeps on giving.
So right now I have like a half a cup of honey in the pan right now. I want to get it nice and hot. And all I'm doing is just caramelizing the barbecue sauce, just caramelizing it. So when the pork chop is done, I'll put this on top, put it in my salamander, and just let it
Just give it one final little crust on the top.
Yes, sir.
My mouth is watering, friends. It's hot in this kitchen, but it is super exciting to watch Chef Elijah make this incredible pork chop.
All right, so our barbecue sauce is done. It's ready to go.
That is bubbling.
Putting on this pork chop.
So we're plating it up. You've got the mashed potatoes center stage,
Yes,
and now
sir.
we're gonna put that pork chop on
Right
top.
on top.
I'm excited about this. So that was a super thick pork chop. It's been in the oven a little bit longer than we anticipated, but we want to make sure it's at the right temperature. So he wants to make sure it's a nice medium. And I think he feels like he's got that. Now he puts it into another pan that's hot. He puts that barbecue, oh, look at that. That is going to be decadent and delicious. So if you don't have a salamander, you can make sure that your oven's got that broiler hot, hot, hot. You want to make sure that your pan is then as close to that element as possible. You're not going to use it for long.
All right, here's our pork chop.
Oh yes, look at that. A little bonus barbecue sauce left in that pan. There you have it, friends. Pork chop with honey barbecue sauce from my friend Chef Elijah here at McCrae's Tavern on the Lawrenceville Square. And I can tell you what, friends, best part of the show is coming up, at least for me, because I get to taste this amazing dish. Friends, welcome back to Good Taste Gwinnett, powered by Jackson EMC and sponsored by Publix. We are here at McCrae's Tavern on the Square in Lawrenceville, Georgia, with my friend Chef Elijah. I'm your host, Anthony Rodriguez. And we're back for the greatest portion of the show, which is when I get to taste this incredible dish. This pork chop with a honey barbecue sauce and some garlic mashed potatoes. Now this is the special this week, right, Chef?
Yes, this will be the special this week, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Right, so if you come into McCrae's and you're not coming in this week, you might come in a different week, make sure you ask what the special is, because you never know what it might be. It might be this amazing pork chop, it might be something else, but I can promise you this, it's gonna be fantastic. I can't wait to dig into this pork chop and these mashed potatoes. The way that barbecue sauce just caramelized on the top from the salamander, that is absolutely fantastic. This looks so beautiful. I cannot wait to try it. My mouth is watering. Pork chop is perfectly cooked. That honey barbecue sauce is fantastic. It's not too sweet, but that taste of the honey is really there and gives it a lot of body and flavor. The mashed potatoes are creamy and wonderful and decadent. And I'm just going to keep eating this until somebody pulls me away from this table. Friends, thank you so much for joining us for Good Taste Gwinnett, powered by Jackson EMC and sponsored by Publix. I'm your host, Anthony Rodriguez, here with my friend Chef Elijah at McCrae's Tavern on the Square in Lawrenceville, Georgia. Join us again for Good Taste Gwinnett, and when we meet, we'll be cooking. Wow, Chef Elijah, that was so delicious. Thank you so much. You know, if you purchase a VIP ticket, it includes free tavern chips, a signature appetizer at McCrae's Tavern. Thanks again for joining us for the final edition of the Gwinnett Daily Post's Good Taste Gwinnett, powered by Jackson EMC. Special thanks to our presenting sponsor, Jackson EMC, as well as our official grocer, Publix, and Belk Mall of Georgia, our official retailer and place to shop for Mom and Mother's Day. Thanks to our supporting sponsors for making this series possible, including Fernbank Museum of Natural History, the City of Lawrenceville, Margaritaville at Lanier Islands, Chick-fil-A Backstage Tours, Gwinnett Solid Waste, WGTA Me TV, and of course, the Aurora Theater. I hope you've enjoyed yourself as much as I have. A new way to get the latest news in Gwinnett County is by listening to Gwinnett Daily Post podcasts in your car or on the go. Get news that impacts your life every day. Visit GwinnettDailyPost.com/podcast for more information, or listen on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or most anywhere you can access podcasts in general. Also, if you enjoy virtual experiences, we invite you to join one of our Good Taste sponsors, Chick-fil-A, as they invite you to Chick-fil-A Backstage Tours. Join the Backstage and Archive teams as they guide you through a live virtual storytelling experience where you will learn more about the history and culture of this Atlanta icon, while being inspired by the life and vision of their founder, S. Truett Cathy. To register for this free tour, go to tours.chickfila.com. Tonight, we are winding down to our final restaurant, and I am thrilled. We have a special presentation tonight from our friends at Local Republic in downtown Lawrenceville. Join me, won't you, after a brief message about an upcoming event that you will want to attend.
Children's Healthcare of Atlanta welcomes you to join us for our next health fair event on Saturday, July 31st from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Rhodes Jordan Park in Lawrenceville. Admission is free to join our back-to-school event and Kids Expo. There will be a school supply drive as well as a food drive, fun activities for the family and kids, plus free health screenings. Check out GwinnettHealthFairs.com to sign up for the time you want to participate in the extra activities. Masks for vendors and attendees are required. That's Saturday, July 31st at Rhodes Jordan Park in Lawrenceville.
Friends, welcome to another episode of Good Taste Gwinnett, powered by Jackson EMC and sponsored by our friends at Publix. I'm your host, Anthony Rodriguez, co-founder and producing artistic director of the Aurora Theater. And today, we are at Local Republic right here in their kitchen with Chef Julian. And Chef Julian is going to put together something absolutely incredible for us. Chef, talk to us about what you're going to cook for us today.
Well, today we're making a coconut curry salmon. It's going to be served over green beans and garnished with a fennel and apple salad.
So a coconut curry salmon. This is exciting. I love coconut and I love curry. So go ahead and start to put it together for us.
All right.
So you got your pans super hot. Remember, friends, make sure your pans are hot enough. This is what every chef has told us everywhere we have gone on Good Taste Gwinnett, that you need to have a hot pan if you're cooking. So he's got this thing hot, hot, hot. It's been sitting there for a while. You can hear it.
Season the salmon with salt and pepper.
All right. So you season the salmon on both sides with salt and pepper. Great. You pre-mix your salt and your pepper so that you can sprinkle it on right away.
Pan is nice and hot. We're going to start with the skin side down.
So you want to crisp up that skin, so skin side down first.
Right.
You're just going to leave it there for a while.
We're going to cook it almost 3/4 of the way through on one side.
Okay. So when you see it changing color as it goes up the side of that fish, about 3/4 of the way through, that's when you're going to want to turn it. Not before then. Don't move it. Don't mess with it.
Now that the fish is in, we're going to turn the heat down to about medium-high.
Okay.
So the skin doesn't burn. And now that the fish is cooking, we can start with our green beans.
All right. So you've got boiling water, so I'm assuming you're going to blanch those green beans, just cook them a little bit, right?
Right, just right in the water. While that's happening, we're going to get another pan nice and hot.
And what are you going to work on in there?
This is going to be the sauce.
Okay.
We have a blend of coconut milk, turmeric, some other warm spices, little garlic.
So you make, you know, as with any curry, there's no one flavor necessarily of curry. You've created your own that you feel works best with this dish, right?
Right.
And works with the coconut as well. So that's a mixture of coconut and those spices, turmeric and other spices that you've used to create that.
So when this gets up to a simmer, we're going to smooth it out a little bit with a little heavy cream and mount it with some butter. So our sauce is ready for our cream. Just a touch.
So is it just heavy cream or half and half? Or?
Just heavy cream.
Heavy cream. All right. So it's going to be very luscious, very rich sauce that goes on top of this fish.
Our fish is ready to flip. You tilt the pan forward, get your fish spatula, tilt it forward. You won't burn yourself.
Look at that. And so it's only going to take a little bit of time on that once you flip it.
Right.
So you've done most of the cooking beforehand with essentially a protective coating of the skin for the long period of time, and then you flip it over.
We're going to take these green beans out of the water. Melt our sauce with a little butter. Now we can work on our garnish. The garnish is just going to be apple, fennel prawns, and a little fennel bulb.
So a little green apple, and then you're also using the fennel fronds as well for this garnish.
Yeah, mostly just for color. So from there, a little salt and pepper, a little olive oil, lemon juice. This is our house-made pepper vinegar with fresh chilies.
Just a little hit of that.
Mix that up. I do believe we are ready to plate the dish. First our sauce, our coconut sauce, nice and rich and creamy, right on the bottom. Keep it nice and tight in the middle.
So just building it up, giving it some height, giving it a really beautiful look on the plate.
Right. Salmon, crispy skin on top. I have to keep it kind of bunched together. Right on top of the salmon. And then finally, just for some color, I'm gonna take this cute little radish in our microplane. Don't cut your fingers.
Yeah, microplane, be very careful. Those things can be deadly.
Just kind of place those around so it's a little more visually appealing. And that's it.
Chef Julian, this is absolutely spectacular. This salmon dish with the coconut curry looks remarkable. Friends, thank you so much for joining us here on Good Taste Gwinnett, powered by Jackson EMC and sponsored by our friends at Publix. Next, we're gonna get to taste this amazing dish, and I can't wait for the opportunity to tell you exactly how amazing this thing is. Friends, welcome back to Good Taste Gwinnett, powered by Jackson EMC and sponsored by our friends at Publix. I'm Anthony Rodriguez, co-founder and producing artistic director of the Aurora Theater and your host. And it is my pleasure to be here at Local Republic, tasting this amazing salmon and curry dish that was put together by Chef Julian. But what a bonus, I have one of the co-owners here and my dear friend, Ben Bailey. Ben, this is spectacular. Thank you so much for having us. You guys are celebrating 10 years in historic downtown Lawrenceville. So what's that been like?
Oh, it's been an absolutely wonderful ride to be here, be a part of Lawrenceville, be a part of the Aurora Theater, and your success. I love it. So it's just been outstanding. I love being in Lawrenceville and being a part of the community here.
Well, thank you. And thanks for being an incredible partner with the Aurora Theater. We can't thank you enough for all that you all have done for us and for our patrons who come here to enjoy their dinner before they walk back across to the theater to see a show.
Definitely.
For those of you that didn't know, a little history, a little back history of Gwinnett.
Oh, Lord.
I taught high school at Shiloh High School for one year, and Ben was one of my students and a very talented individual, as you can see by this creative place that he's helped put together. I'm going to dig into this. If you want to tell our friends anything else about Local Republic, you do that while I taste this amazing salmon curry sauce.
This is outstanding. Actually, to add to Anthony's story here, we actually met in Chicago before Local Republic came together, and we sat at a bar and we may have taken a tequila shot together. And
we may have, and then you drew Local Republic on a napkin.
I did.
Which does not exist anymore, and I'm very sad about that.
I know. So if anybody in Chicago can find that napkin, we will pay really well for it. So thank you.
This salmon is absolutely spectacular.
Thank you, sir. It looks great.
The salmon skin is super crispy and really helps play off that texture and the crispness of the fennel as well. And those green beans are not overcooked, right? So they're still crisp and delicious.
Absolutely.
The curry sauce is just light enough. It's rich because of the butter and the cream in there, but at the same time, it's not a heavy curry taste. It just really makes the entire dish really sing. It's just amazing how incredible this particular dish is, and I can't thank you enough. And what a pleasure it is to sit here at your bar, your restaurant, and toast your 10 years.
Well, I appreciate that.
Salute, my friend, and congratulations on all of your success here at Local
I
Republic.
appreciate it.
Friends, this has been a spectacular day at Local Republic. I got to hang out with Julian and Kyla and my friend Ben Bailey, and it has been exceptional. Thank you all so much for joining us here on Good Taste Gwinnett, powered by Jackson EMC and sponsored by our friends at Publix. I'm Anthony Rodriguez. I'm your host, and I'll see you again soon, and we'll be cooking.
Aurora Theater. Finally welcoming back audiences, thinking about the safety and well-being of everyone both on stage and off. Join us for some great live entertainment with reduced capacity. Indoors and outdoors. Music, comedy, and more.
Your commitment to this organization, to your Aurora Theater, your support has given us hope as we look forward to the opening of the Lawrenceville Performing Arts Center, when we're finally going to be able to gather and celebrate. We can't wait to have you all back in this theater.
Have you subscribed to the Gwinnett Daily Post podcast yet? Get your news anytime and anywhere. Whether it's walking, driving, relaxing, or working, get your daily audible news on your schedule. News about local events, Gwinnett County education, crime, high school sports, and so much more from the leading voice in Gwinnett County. Subscribe for free today on your phone, tablet, laptop, or desktop computer, and listen wherever and whenever you wish to. Subscribe to the Gwinnett Daily Post podcast today.
I can't thank Ben Bailey and Local Republic enough. So we had a great time, and I hope you all had a great time. But please comment in the Facebook chat, on the posts, whatever you can do. Let us know how much fun you're having with Good Taste Gwinnett. Remember, you'll be able to view tonight's event as well as last week's Good Taste Gwinnett in its entirety, or watch parts that are of particular interest to you starting tomorrow on GwinnettDailyPost.com and for the next few months on GoodTasteGwinnett.com. You can also find all the recipes we cooked this week and last week on GoodTasteGwinnett.com as well. If you're watching on Facebook tonight, did you keep your eyes open to see if you were chosen as a prize winner? You know that when you registered, it made you eligible to win great prizes each week. Our prizes included a 2-night trip to Gaylord Opryland, an amazing set of Biltmore pans from our friends at Belk Mall of Georgia, gift cards from many of our participating restaurants and our sponsors, and a fabulous KitchenAid mixer from our friends at Jackson EMC. If your name was chosen, you will receive an email after tonight's event, and it will also be posted on GoodTasteGwinnett.com. I'm Anthony Rodriguez with the Aurora Theater, and remember that tomorrow is the last day that you can buy your brick and become a part of Aurora Theater's history. Just go to AuroraTheater.com and sign up tonight. Thanks again for joining us for this spring edition of Good Taste Gwinnett, powered by Jackson EMC. Until next time, I'm Anthony Rodriguez. Let's keep cooking.
WGTA-TV is proud to announce its new MeTV affiliate website at WGTATV.com, where you will find the local news, weather, contests, and much more. Don't forget to check out our Facebook for local events and videos. Join us at WGTATV.com.
Hey, I'm Eric Chafin, Division President of Chafin Communities. We're at Mundy Mill Subdivision here in Gainesville, one of the top-selling communities in the state of Georgia. We have 4 communities currently right now that we're partnered with Jackson EMC on the Right Choice program. I think in the Right Choice program, our customers value most the comfort of the home and also savings of the home on the energy rates. Partnering with Jackson EMC and providing the Right Choice program helps us provide the best products.
Right Choice Homes, brought to you only by Jackson EMC.